welcome back to the channel, people. I've invited you in to my new ride. Now, I don't know if any of you can suss what this is, although I've probably already given it away with a little short I did last week. Yeah, I'm actually sitting in the passenger seat as we speak. It's a bit high up because it's where the missus sits. It even sounds different in here over my Tesla. And if you look to the left there, you'll see the said Tesla. Yeah, gonna miss that, no doubt about it. Whoever buys that's gonna get a great car. Anyway, let's pull you back over this way. This, as I said, is my new ride. Let me explain and give you a few details about this thing and why I ended up buying this. Firstly, if you look back on a video that I did, wow, 8-9 months ago now, about going to sell the Tesla and move on to a different vehicle, it was because I wanted to move up just a couple of years, you know, fresher, newer, lower miles, and something different. Well, I've done that. To give you a better idea, if I just lean this way, you can see what kind of seats it's got. I don't know if any of you keen-eyed people realise what car this is so far, because there's no names to be seen here and no brand or legacy name anywhere or printed that you can see. No, not as far as I know. Let me give you some bits and bobs and see if you can get it before I tell you what it is. And like I say, there was only a selection of maybe 4 vehicles I was looking at to buy, and this is one of them. So my subscribers and my many watchers that watch the channel all the time, and thanks for doing that, by the way, might have already sussed it. So let me give you some idea of the things that it's got, and then you'll be able to suss what vehicle it is before I even name it. Full glass, well, say full glass roof, a quite large glass roof. It doesn't go all the way back, but you know, it's large. It does actually have as well a cover which won't, well, I've not got it turned. In fact, let me just listen. Now that sound is only found on the one car. Another small clue for you. Now, instead of a glove box, it has a proper drawer. Look at all those goodies in there. As that gave you another clue. Nappa leather all round on this vehicle, and also heated seats all round. Both seats are electric because this thing is loaded to the hilt. There is a model, a standard model of this car that doesn't come with all these options this has got, and it's a bit cheaper to buy. This has only got one option that I can think of missing, and that might give it away to some people, because if you just, let me just spin you around here. Ooh, nearly gave you the steering wheel then. Here you can have it as an option where you get mirrors. Here's another option. It's got proper, not B&O, Bang & Olufsen, the proper job. Mirrors here instead of outside, okay? So if you ain't got this car by now, you're not much of a car enthusiast, especially EV one. So yeah, let's give you a few more clues. It's got a massage seat. It has got one big screen, but it's 2 displays. Like I say, Nappa leather option, which is very rare to find in any other car at this kind of money. When this car was brand new, just literally over 2 years ago, in mid-2023, this car with these options was around £58,000 to £60,000 to buy. The only one up from this, and again, take this as another clue, is what they call the Plus model. This is also another clue, all-wheel drive, twin motors back and front. So some of you now must be thinking, KK, shut up, we know exactly what you bought, tell us more about it. But no, a few more clues. I'm going to bring it to the center console, and this is going to give it away, because if you don't know what this car is when you see this, then, well, you've been missing out. Let me just bring you over. time not to play anymore. This is obviously the Genesis GV60. Like I said, what it hasn't got isn't worth having. From this very, very nice crafted steering wheel with all your play knobs on, as I call them. I won't go through all these because it'll just take me ages. You know, I'm not going to do a full review today. This is just an introduction of the car I've just bought. Regen, obviously, up and down. I always have on full regen. You know, you can adjust them here and here. Nice paddles, actually. Feel very nice. You've got touchscreen here as well as lots of physical buttons. But again, I'll give you a full review on the vehicle at a later date. Even down to a nice cover on the sunroof, which is a nice thing to have when it's too hot, or in the winter when it's too cold. I normally have it open anyway, but there you go. So yeah, super finished off. And before I go any further, hello, I will say one thing. Okay. Enough now. So yeah, let me just go through one thing about a quick review that someone did on YouTube. He didn't spend enough time on it, and I have got time for this man normally because, you know, he's been in the motor trade for a long time and he knows his EVs. He asked Genesis to forward him a vehicle. What they did was send him a GV60 with, and again, if you own this vehicle, I'm sorry on the Genesis site, but it had the dark blue interior, which is very dark inside with that dark blue, and very iffy yellow stitching around the edges, yellow piping around the edges, and it just wasn't the best and isn't the best colour interior. I believe, and I'm not just saying this because this is my car, but I believe these Napa leather seats here and this finish is the best option in this cream. It brightens this cabin up no end, it makes it look far more luxurious, and it is, trust me. But yeah, so this guy had the dark blue one, getting back to him, I'm getting off the subject, and he slated the GV60 for everything. The only thing I liked about it was the LED lights, the reversing lights, because he said they were lovely and bright. And he said it drove okay, don't get me wrong. But he was calling the interior, saying it looked, you know, blah, 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 and plasticky and all the rest of it, and if this is the best they can do. And what happened was, he was quoting the new, slightly facelifted Genesis GV60 price, loaded to the hilt with every option, including the mirrors on the inside and everything this has got, at $75,000 retail. And that is the price for this year on the Genesis GV60 with everything loaded to the hilt. You can't buy better. That's the Sport Plus, you know, the dual, the fast one with the 0 to 60 in literally just under 4 seconds, got a boost button and all the rest of it. So, and it was, I believe, and I'll say his name now, Mr. Simmons, hello, if you're watching this. Like I say, I've got time for you, but I think you just bailed out on the GV60, which is a great shame. I think he was expecting Genesis to send him the brand new facelift, you know, mid-2025 version, worth £75,000. But because he got this model, the older model, with that very dark interior, and didn't really use it the way he should have. He didn't go into depth of everything this car's got, like, you know, the face recognition on the side, which works brilliant. I've done it to my face, my ugly mush, picks me up. Don't need keys, don't need anything. I just come up to the car, look at it like that, boom, opens up for me, and then the fingerprint recognition down here starts the car. So I need no phone, no key, and I can still drive this thing. But he didn't even mention that. He didn't mention the fact that it was touchscreen top and bottom here. He didn't he didn't really mention the fact that it's got some lovely physical buttons, which a lot of cars haven't. Now, is it because he's a Tesla man? Is it because he basically specializes in Teslas and was kind of, you know, a bit perturbed why it wasn't all on one big screen? I don't know. It was a great shame that he made such a bad review, because every single other review I've seen on YouTube, including mine, because I'm going to be very positive about this, and unlike others, if I feel there is something on here that I don't like about this car, you know, even if I paid 75k for it, which I didn't, I will tell you. Honesty is my policy on here. I don't BS to get views. I don't BS to get subscriptions. I just tell it as it is. I always have done from day one. And if I don't like something, I'll be very up against it. And if I do like it, I'll tell you. So when I do a full review on this within the next month, I'm going to have it a month and then give you a review, a proper one, an in-depth one. And I will tell you the bad things about it. Whereas RSymond, it didn't really go into depth about what it can offer you. And I think the fact that he looked at the price at 75k and not something like this, you know, which is, let's just say, less than half at 2-year-old. Yep. Which puts this in a bargain basement, not an over-the-top price for something that he didn't value at 75k. Get me drift? But anyway, I think it peeved him because they didn't send him a new one. In my opinion, they didn't send him the right one. I don't think Genesis will be coming forward very happily with RSymond again, which is a great shame. But anyway, let's just move off that, because that is the only bad review I've seen on all of YouTube from North America, all the way through Europe and into Britain. Everyone who's ever drove one of these things has always been very, very positive about the Genesis group and the GV60 full electric. So anyway, time to move on. I've had my little rant, and like I say, if you're watching this, Mr. Symonds, I have full respect for you. I was in the trade for a while, so I know what it's like. And sometimes you can get that fed up of cars, you just say the wrong things, in my opinion. And on that particular occasion and that video you did, I think you was well wrong. But anyway, let's move on. So, why did I buy a Genesis GV60? It was on my list of 4, like I've said earlier. I did fancy a mega change from Tesla. I love that bloody thing outside. And anyone who tells me that Tesla are rubbish, 1, you've either not ever owned one, or 2, you're very ignorant. That's all I'm saying. Oh, and 3, maybe you hate Musk. Maybe that latter one will excuse a lot of people from ever owning a Tesla, but I think you're making a grave mistake. Give them a try. Anyway, that's my rant on Tesla. So I wanted a complete move away from Tesla. I wanted something a bit more, how can I put it, favourable on the inside. I wanted a few more buttons, which I've got on this, because you can do virtually everything. The voice command on this is great, but again, that will be shown in a full review. I wanted something that was a tiny bit more upmarket, or seen by the majority as a tiny bit more upmarket. I wanted the same speed and power, and I've got that with this, with the Tesla. That's why I went for the dual motor. I love the cream interior, and I'm so glad I found a cream interior one now. Mileage on this thing when I bought it, 6,300 miles from new in 2 years. Full Genesis service history, because I only had one service, that was this year, June. And it gets picked up by Genesis. I got the service pack with it. I got the warranty till 2028 with it. So when it hits 20,000 or in 2 years time, Genesis will come with a flatbed, come and pick it up, take it away, service it, bring it back. Part of the deal. That comes with the car. It's transferable to the new owner. The app is not bad from Genesis either, so pretty glad about that. So yeah, why did I want in particular the dual? Because I'm going to be towing with this thing. Now, I've just got the shock of my life. Tow bar. Genesis want £1,334 or something of that range to put a towage on the back of this. Now, let's put it in perspective. This comes with trailer cabling and, you know, leads and everything else already installed. It's pre-installed in this car. So for that money, they're supplying a bit of a towage across the back, a ball, and all they've got to do is find where the trailer hitch wire work is, and boom, boom, boom. That's it. for £1,300. So I don't think Mr. KK here is going to go to Genesis to have this fitted. I'm going to be looking for someone aftermarket just after Christmas, because like I say, we're going to be towing with it. That's a completely different thing. You'll see all this on the channel. I'm going to be proving that EVs can tow, and a lot of you already know that, can tow and do a damn good job. And how far we go will dictate how many times we charge. And I know I'm going to lose a bit of range and all the rest of it. This is why, another reason why I want this. This can tow a braked trailer of 1,500 kilos. Tesla, that could only do 1,000 kilos. I could have gone for the Model Y, but like I say, I wanted to get away from Tesla. So again, it's another reason why I picked this Genesis. And I wanted something completely different. I like cars that are hard to see on the roads. In other words, oh look, they're rare. There's a Genesis GV60. And again, this is another reason why I bought this model. I mean, you go out in a day's motoring and tell me how many Teslas you see. They're all over. Why? Because they're bloody good cars. Why don't you see many Genesis? Because one, they've only been over in the UK for about 2 years, 2.5 years. But also, they are expensive cars. They are the top range of Hyundai motors and Kia, all put together. All the best from their models is on this. Mainly as standard, but then you've got your options list, which bulks the price up. And that's why Mr. Simmons didn't like it at 75,000. Because that was the top bollocks. But anyway, whatever. And I also wanted the decent range, which this has got. Again, the range on this thing without towing should be in eco mode. The last owner told me that he got 270 mile range out of this thing quite easily, which I could believe, because when I've charged it up here at home twice, it's gone to 274 on the range, but I know that changes the way you drive. And I'm going to do an eco test in this as one of my posts in the future. I'm going to have it in eco mode, keep to speed limits, and see if I can max it to nearer 300 miles range. I know it might be laborious for 2 or 3 days to eat that mileage up once I've charged it. But who knows, if I can if I can push it to nearer 300, I'd be really chuffed and happy. Because some people do drive these things in eco mode. Some people will never ever put it in sport mode. That's the main reason why I bought a Genesis GV60. I can't think of anything else to tell you. I'm not going to do a complete review today, so welcome to my new ride. I will also say that don't forget the Tesla, as you can see out there, is for sale. If anyone's looking for a Tesla Model 3, please give me the nod. It is loaded with all the toys. I've put loads of extras on it. It is here on the channel. You will see it, because I have used it a lot on KK and EV. I would never go back to fossil, so that was never going to be an idea or a concept of going to a fossil fuel car. Yeah, that's about it. I'm going to wrap this one up now before I rant any further. So look out for the full review on this in about a month. Oh, by the way, if you're not subscribed, where the hell you been? Get it done. I'm out of here. I'll catch you later.